Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pre-Market Live Show. Today is Monday, October 13th. It is Columbus Day. The kids are off school. Banks are closed, but the market's open because it's closed for Juneteenth now. So let's see what the market looks like. But first, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. How is everybody this morning? Oh, yeah, and this thing never works in the morning. That's what your heat map looks like. It's pretty green. Nvidia's way up. Tesla's looking pretty good. And your SPY is up right now, up 849, 854. It's up over 1%. And there you go. It is trying to bounce back. It does not look perfect, but it is bouncing back. That's for sure. So we'll see how that opens up right here. It has to get back over that 20, but it does look like it wants to curl up after that huge dip off on Friday. So let's go through, see what our Jolie's jumpers look like, everything else, and we'll see what we're getting into. And obviously, we're going to be watching our QQQ right there this morning and our SPY and everything else to see what we want to play. So we'll look and see how it opens up. But like I said, they don't look perfect, but they are bouncing. So we'll see how everything looks real quick. And how about that Clarion? We talked about it last night, and we were talking about it Friday, right, as they announced the news on Friday. So that was popping up there. And CRML. That is Laptop Travel's daughter's pick right here, CRML. How about that one? Critical Metals, and it's still going up right there. So there you go. And if you didn't see the video, watch that video of Laptop Travel's daughter. She's great. So he did a video with her. GBX, this one looks like it's actually dipping down. Good old Greenbrier. We'll have to look at that thing and see when that one wants to get reversed back around right there. And let's see GWH. That was running up Monday, and it ran up even more this morning. Look at that, 409 to 798. That was looking good. That Lithium Americas Corp right here looks like that wants to roll off the MACD. We might have to be keeping an eye on LAC and UAI. We were looking at this last week. It is up there. We'll have to see if that one wants to bounce around. PMAX right here was on the list, I think, on last week. I'm pretty sure Laptop Travel had mentioned this. I think it was Laptop Travel, and PMAX running up there right there. And let's see what's PTGX. That one, I don't even know what that says. Protagnostic Therapeutics. I think that's how you might say it. I don't even know. But anyway, that one had spiked up, and it's continuing its way up there. And QNRX, that Coin Therapeutics, that ran big on Friday, not as big this morning. Rich Tech Robotics had that big dip, and I think we get rolled off of there. And USAR is USA Rare Earth, and that thing is running up there this morning and looked pretty good. So there you go with your Jolie's jumpers, and thank you, Asian Jolie. But yeah, there's that USA Rare Earths, and them bad boys are running up here, and we can just take a look. A lot of these things, look at that CHNR, that China Natural Resources, and CRML we were looking at, ELBM. So there are a bunch of these other metals and mining ones, or whatever you call them. They are looking pretty good, and other industrial metals and mining, yeah, these are looking pretty good. That NAC right there was up, so there's a bunch of them that we'll be keeping an eye on. They could continue to run this week as well, and that's what our market looks like right there. We'll go through our big caps, our SPY Mag 7. I'll see what you guys want to see. Let's see. Luis Rodriguez path is trying to jump back up into the top. Hive right here was running up a little bit. It still has that resistance. Be careful. I don't know if it'll get through that. REN. This one looks pretty good, though. Continue to run. That's a capital market. NBTX. Let's see what this is doing. That Nanobiotics or something. I had a nice dip out of the top and trying to get back into the top. EOSE right here is up this morning. That one's trying to run back up there as well. MP, let's see what MP Materials. That one looks good. Let's keep an eye on MP right here. That one looks pretty healthy right there this morning. So yeah, MP not looking bad right there. And let's see what else is going on with that 4U's, and that is running up that Energy Fuels. Duolingo right there. Oh, that's getting set up. Duolingo, DUOL. That looks pretty good to get set up right there with your 20 and 50. You do have that resistance up here, but it will get moving. Has plenty of room to run. And that TerraWolf right here, let's see what that's up to. That's not looking bad at the top. And Wolf Speed right here looks like it's up. And again, them charts look completely different between here and TrendSpider. It's weird. And that's what they look like right there. And let's see. Good morning, Sam. How are you? I'll start at news hours at work today. Usually, you guys keep me company when I get here. Today, you've had to wait 2 hours, so there you go. And yeah, it's one of them mornings where we're going to be looking to see, make sure that this thing wants to continue up. It is bouncing really nice. Don't get me wrong, but they just bounced immediately up there, so we have to make sure that they want to continue up. Big earnings this week from banks beginning tomorrow. Also TSM and ASML. They also have earnings yet. TSM right there on the 16th, so that's in a couple days. That'll be Thursday right there. And let's see what ASML right here. Let's see when their earnings are. They're coming up. It looks about Thursday, Wednesday on the 15th. So definitely earnings are kicking off. And let's see. Destiny said it's looming higher, Doge Mama 9. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And we'll have to make sure that it just continues as the market opens right here. So it is pulling back some. It was up a little bit more. And that's why we're just going to make sure that it's going to be healthy. So that's why this is going to be a setup period. I think 4 o'clock. Obviously, that 4 a.m. hour, you get these poppers over here that get running, and then they kind of pull back a little bit, and then this gets set back up. So I was looking at it first thing this morning. You guys probably saw I retweeted the Jolie's jumpers right at 4 a.m. And I was looking at the market, and like I said, it was looking pretty decent running up there, and I assumed it would be kind of, it would have to pull back a little bit as we hopped on. So I wasn't playing anything yet. I just was curious as to what it looked like, and sentiment steadies after Trump cools rhetoric on China. Gold at record highs. Trump downplays China trade tensions. It will all be fine. Stocks bounce back as Trump softens China rhetoric, and a high bar for earnings means the market reaction may be varied in violence, as Evercore. Here's what to do, and Dow futures jump 400 points after Trump says China situation will all be fine. So there you go. And let's go ahead and look and see how fine our Mag 7 and big caps are. And like I said, SPY is pulling back a little bit, so we'll be watching that. And this morning, QQQ not looking too bad, but we'll definitely be watching that as well. And here is Apple. It is up a little bit, but again, they don't look perfect. I'm not going to lie. They are just bounced up there, so we're going to be very careful this morning. Amazon, same look, and they look like they have to get some more momentum going. Google, not too bad, but could pull back some more. And Meta right here is trying to get curled up, but obviously looks like it doesn't want to go through that MACD just yet. So they do look like they have a little more pullback in them, and that's what we have to make sure that they don't want to pull back too big. Microsoft not looking too bad there. That one might look the best to try to roll right off that MACD. So Microsoft wasn't looking bad. NVIDIA wasn't looking too bad either. And you can see it on that trend line trying to roll off. So I'd say Microsoft and NVIDIA are the best two looking ones. Tesla trying to get back up, but that still has some pullback as well. And Tesla earnings on the 22nd. So are they coming up on pretty soon? It looks like next week. So yeah, that's next Wednesday, it appears. That'll be Tesla. So yeah, we're gonna have some earnings season kicking off and seeing what's going on with these guys. And let's see what's going on with the rest of our list. AMC just getting set up right there. GameStop up a little this morning. That looks like it could be trying to bottom out now. And spot gold 4100. So yeah, the GDX and stuff like that, they are up right now. JNUG. And let's see, JNUG's popping up. They might be good ones right there. NUGT also not looking too bad. So we'll be keeping an eye on them. And silver right there is popping back up, looking good. So there you go with them metals. And let's see what is Chewy doing right here. And that thing's actually not looking too bad at the moment. Unity had that pullback, but that's trying to bottom out down there, and that's going to get set up. And here is Netflix right here, and that thing doesn't even look bad at the moment. Netflix looks like it wants to roll right up there. And let's look at our semiconductors, AVGO trying to bounce back up. Obviously, it's not going to get through. It didn't get through there, and we'll have to get this set up. And that setup could get it because the 20's right there, and it could grab it and take it for a ride. So that's what we're looking at. Maybe this week's a good setup period. Maybe they try to figure out the government shutdown. Let's see, when will that end? And obviously, Wednesday is the 15th, and it's not looking good. Oh, they added some more time. That's November 15th now. Wow, they added an entire month, and it says November 16th plus, and that's in the lead. So this thing's talking about a whole nother month for a government shutdown. That would be pretty wild, huh? And then we're gonna have a Fed decision with some rates, and this thing is just not coming down. It doesn't look like it really wants to jump off a cliff. I mean, it could curl down, but I doubt it's going to too much. So that's what it looks like. I'll keep my eye on that for sure to see what they look like. And MU right here, Micron Technology, try to bounce back up. That one's not looking bad. It could bounce off the MACD right there. And TSM, this one is jumping back up as well this morning, but it did pull down. We'll see if it can pull itself up. And I think it'll be important as the market opens this morning, what it really looks like, what the real reaction is. So it obviously is bouncing back up because Trump said that, everything would be all fine. But we have to make sure that it really wants to bounce back up and look good today. They could keep dipping down a little bit, guys, so we could get some great opportunities. SMCI, another one, looks like it could roll right off that MACD, so that one's not too bad. And AMD was trying to jump back up, and that does look like it's trying to pop back up in the top, so maybe AMD will try to do something. QCOM had been pulling back there, and it's going to get set up. It's not ready just yet. And that snow wasn't looking bad, and that thing's jumping up there, but it has that resistance. It probably won't get through just yet. PayPal right here trying to recoup after that big dip, and that should roll off the MACD. And what is Intel up to? That's just kind of hanging out. It did come out the top, but it looks like it might go right back in. So Intel's been pretty strong lately. Dell trying to rebound, and Dell looks like it will be pretty strong. IBM, that's hitting the 20, and we'll see if it can pull itself back up. So yeah, I'll be looking at these as the market opens. We'll be able to tell a lot better right there. And Powell speaks on Tuesday at the National Association for Business Economics annual meeting in Philly. So I should go take a visit, and I should go see Powell at 12:20 p.m. And STI Central Florida, that one was moving. Remember, we mentioned this the other day. It was on our list. And that thing is cruising along right there. Look at that, STI. And that thing did pop up over 100%. So there you go, guys. And we had definitely looked at that bad boy. Hope people got on that. STI, I know we were talking about this thing. Holy cow, that thing did run pretty big, didn't it? And what's Ocean Pal doing? That one looked like it wanted to run, and it didn't yet. CME is actually pulled back a little bit, and Pepsi even pulling back a little bit. So I'm a little surprised. And PPBT, this one's up a little bit, but yeah, look at that. STI taking the cake this morning. That thing is bumping up there, looking good. And wow, that thing did get running. Solidian Technologies, I have no idea. Let's see, today unveils advanced UPS battery system tailored for AI data centers. So there you go. Is that UPS, the company, I guess? Remember, I told you that they're doing all their centers. Well, I don't know what this is talking about, but something's going on here. And they do have some kind of batteries, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm not going to read it, but there you go. They definitely had some news, that's for sure. STI looking good right there. Here we go. Let's go through the rest of these. PLTR, good old Palantir. That one looks pretty good to bounce right back up. And Sophie didn't look too bad. It could have a little more pullback. Palantir looks pretty good at the moment. And Marin Riot, these guys are trying to bounce back up as crypto is looking still pretty good. It's still up there, bounced back. It didn't really go up much more, but it did bounce back, that's for sure. And MicroStrategy trying to bottom out there. So There you go with MSTR. Let's look at Robinhood right here, and that's trying to bounce up, but again, they don't look great. And Coinbase right there, that one could roll off. That don't look bad. And Webull right here, we might be able to even get this one at a cheaper price, guys. So maybe that's not the exact bottom just yet. Maybe they do pull back a little bit this week. We'll have to see how they open up and the reaction totally is. Space right here does look pretty good, though. We'd like that when it was down here, and now it's in the 420s. We liked it in like the 350s, and Space is trying to move along, not looking bad. Boeing right here is trying to get rolling off the MACD, and we'll try to get set up. DJT right there, a little bit of dip down and hitting that. It's trying to get over that resistance to make it support. I'm not sure if it's ready just yet. So again, we have to look at these as the market really opens up around 9:30 to get a better idea. Here's Funware. Funware doesn't look too bad though. That's for sure. And McDonald's right here, MCD, that looked like it wanted to continue to bounce up. It will get set up and run. We are right near the bottom. And how about Disney trying to bounce up there, but doesn't really look that great at the moment. I still think you have some pullback on Disney, so that's what it looks like at the moment there. Yeah, Disney, it does look like it tried to bottom there Friday, but I just don't think so. I think Disney might have a little more pullback in it the way it looks. And Oxy right here, that one had a nice dip on Friday with everything else, and we'll see if that's trying to bottom out. And ExxonMobil, that's trying to stay between the 50 and 20, so it doesn't look too bad right there. And DXYZ, and that one's going to get set up as well. Nike had looked pretty bad. It's trying to bottom out. I don't know, though. We'll have to see what Nike, again, basically have to see what these things open up like. Sezzle trying to get set up. Sezzle could be a really good one right there. And that's what your Mag 7 big caps and all them guys look like. Let's see a couple of these smaller caps up here that we start out with. Neon right here. Obviously in the basement, took that dip Friday, but should get set up to try to run. And WOK had also pulled back a little bit, but that one's trying to get right through the MACD and get rolling. So you might want to keep an eye on that. KVUE is the Tylenol maker, and that's just sitting right there, but that's going to go for a ride on that 20. YYAI is that other one that it used to be a sports one, and it is just dragging this bottom down here, but this one will get set up, I think, this week. This one could be a good one right here, YYAA. And how about your DFLI is your Dragonfly? It's not looking too bad as it pulls back to the MACD. It might want to roll off of there, so that's what we'd want to look for. And YHGJ, that one's a hard one for me to even pronounce the letters, but that thing is dipping down right there. It had run up last week on Friday, so there you go. And yeah, that's STI. We were looking at this thing, guys, and holy cow, look at that thing rocking and rolling right now. That thing is catching momentum and just cruising as we're talking. So there you go. You could be live trading STI right here, STI, Solidian Technology. That thing is cruising along, and we were definitely talking about it, had it on the list. I mean, it did. It looked good, but wow, that thing got rocking and rolling there. So there you go with that bad boy. And like I said, I thought Ocean Pal would be up a little bit more. This thing looked like it wanted to get running. It ran up a little bit this morning, but STI taking the cake this morning. Look at that thing. And it did have that big spike up. So be careful now. It just got into the top. And there you go with that. Let's see over here. And yeah, STI right there. And that is crazy. Keyword data center. Exactly. Everything's a data center. Jamie Dimon is launching a decade-long plan to help finance and take direct stakes in companies it considers crucial to U.S. interests. That's interesting right there. And this is the trend. Corporate America is following the White House's lead, yeah, where they try to take a stake in a company. I mean, take a stake, just buy a bunch of the stock like Warren Buffett does. That's what he does. He takes a stake in the company, just buys them the hell out or buys a percentage of it. And he said in a statement, it would invest up to $10 billion in the companies in 4 areas: defense and aerospace, frontier technologies, including AI and quantum computing, energy, including batteries. So yeah, well, we talk about all them sectors right there are the important ones, that's for sure. And Jamie Dimon does know what he's talking about. He is, well, Goldman Sachs is or JP Morgan, one of them companies. I forget who the hell's bank he's in charge of, but one of them. And yeah, look at this STI just running around right there. So there you go. That is your big runner this morning. That PMAX was up as well. We had talked about that. So there you go. GWH was running up. And there's that China Resources, Natural Resources running there. So CHNR. And there you go. I would say that's what they look like this morning. Crypto just a little bit flat, but it had been running back up, and Bitcoin still at 114. It was at 115. It's trying to get back in this channel. It still has a setup period, but I mean, it bounced back pretty well. So I would say them big dips on Friday were gifts, and the Trump administration was buying them up, I'm sure. And yeah, Solana, I mean, look at that thing, got way down there to like in the 130s. That was pretty wild, guys. And here you go, you're getting that roll up, and then look at this thing. Look how much room that can make. So yeah, that looks like it might kick off the cycle right there when they really get rolling. And they could be a week away or so, maybe a week and a half. We'll see. And again, it doesn't look like they're trying to end that shutdown anytime soon. I mean, you definitely don't have before October 15th, which is this Wednesday. And then they added November 15th, and that still looks good for November 16th plus. So they don't even want to end it before Halloween. I mean, I'm telling you, the Democrats, the longer this thing goes, the more they're going to implode their party. I'm telling you right now, it's not good for them. Look what the market's doing. I mean, even with the big dip on Friday, it'll bounce right back up, and Trump will put it at all-time highs in a week or so. We just have to make sure it's definitely ready at this moment. But look at Ripple. Ripple's going to get ripping, that's for sure. Doge don't look bad right there. And how about Cardano? That doesn't look bad. And all of these things took these huge dips. I mean, you're talking big dips. And they were gifts right there. Obviously, look at Stellar came down, but that looks good. And Optimism not looking bad right there in the basement trying to get out. So that is what your crypto looks like. Let's see what else is going on right here. Markets call back amid looping narratives, and we already know it will be all fine. Trump said, and the market is trying to bounce back. Nvidia is pretty green right there this morning. That looks like the bright spot, and it's in a good spot. Like I said, Microsoft's in a pretty good spot too, and looks like it could get rolling. So let's keep an eye on if this thing rolls off that MACD. You know, Microsoft's going to get popping right there. So that's what we're watching. It's in a good spot to do it too. And that's what we're looking at this morning, guys. So yeah, we kind of just have to hang out at this point, see how the market opens up, make sure it definitely wants to continue up. It is bouncing, that's for sure, but they don't look perfect. I'll say they look like they could stair step down a little bit, and it like parachuted itself today as it jumped out. It's kind of just holding itself here. So we'll make sure, because they could have some more pullback. We don't want to get in too early. You had them bounces early this morning, especially with that STI. We were looking at it and talking about it, and it just ran up big time while we were talking. So there you go with that. And that's what the market looks like, I would say. Not a whole lot. I mean, a lot going on, but we more or less have to wait until the market opens. And again, it's Columbus Day, so a lot of the banks are closed and things are going to be a little bit slower. And it's just an interesting day because of the market had that big dip on Friday, and then obviously Trump tried to patch it up over the weekend and say everything would be fine with China. So the market reacted and jumped up, but it is a weird day on Columbus Day. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'll probably hop on with Ben in the morning and see what he's up to when he hops on. But yeah, I would say not a lot. There is stuff going on, but we kind of have to wait for it to really set up to see if what we want to do with our QQQ right here and everything else. As you can see, they started out up here and they're kind of pulling back. So we have to see where they get to right about here. If they spike up, and then we'll know if they want to come back down. So I'll be watching it right around 9 o'clock to see what's going on. And that's what it looks like this morning, guys. And I would say that's a pretty solid pre-market review on a Columbus Day. After a huge dip on Friday, we are getting some bounce back. Like I said, it doesn't look perfect yet, so they look like they can pull back some more. We'll see what happens. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And thank you, Luis Rodriguez and Laptop Travel, and everybody else that hops on. Of course, Sam, Robin, Doge Mama 9, and Asian Joe Lee. And yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. We'll be in the Discord and let you know what's going to be looking good right here, obviously. But we definitely have to see how this market wants to play out as it gets to that 930 area. So that is what the market looks like. I wish I could tell you a little bit more. Luis Rodriguez said it has become painfully clear that the United States has allowed itself to become too reliant on unreliable sources of critical minerals, products, and manufacturing, all which are essential to our national security. JP Morgan, that's who he runs, CEO Jamie Dimon. I agree. I mean, and we've talked about this before. We rely on everybody. We import a ton of stuff. We obviously export a lot, but we don't really manufacture a whole lot in the US. Everything has been given to other countries, all the contracts, everything in that. So yeah, we have minerals here. We can mine them. It just seems like our country and our administrations previously, they didn't want to do anything. They just wanted to give all our money away and everything and let people come into the country and just kind of take over for some crazy weird reason. It was kind of bizarre, but it looks like we're trying to get back to the staples of what this country was built on and how the country became actually strong. We manufactured, we had industrial stuff in here. We made things, and we haven't been making things for years. We import a ton of stuff from China. We rely on them. So as soon as things go bad, everything gets crazy. So yeah, we have to get back to making things in the US and making them affordable as well. And that also creates a lot of jobs, which we need around here too, because AI has been taking all of them. So it would be a good thing to get some kind of jobs back in the U.S. and something and start making manufacturing back into our country. So we started to give everything away during the Clinton administration via his NAFTA legislation and a FTA. So yeah, and obviously they've been just giving every contract away. We don't do anything in this country. So maybe we'll start to see that shift again. That would be a good thing because again, AI obviously would take a lot of the jobs, but you do need jobs for mining and them kind of things, construction related things you're going to need real people for. So that's always a good thing, and that's how the country was built. That process is in the early stages of rehearsal, thanks for the current administration. So yeah, and they're trying to get some manufacturing jobs back in this country and people back to work, because again, most people are going to lose their jobs to AI regardless. So they need to get some kind of jobs where people need to really do things and obviously build some stuff in this country, try to get some prices down, because we can't just rely on other countries for everything. What happens when there's something breaks out, or a war, or inflation, or this or that? We're seeing what happens right now, guys, and this is years and years and years of administrations just giving stuff away. The COVID pandemic was a sober reminder of this reality as well. And Central Florida, we were talking about that China resources right there, and that thing is looking pretty good this morning as it's jumping up as we're speaking too. So there you go. I'd mentioned that earlier, and that thing's popping up. So CHNR looking good, and STI. So if you wanted to try to trade any of these, you can check them out. But this one already popped up. We'll have to see. Let it come back down and loop back up. I'll take a look at it. And again, I'll keep you guys posted. I think we kind of have to wait until around 9:30 to really see how it looks. Obviously, it did pop up, but it doesn't look great. I mean, look at that red candle right there, which are 20. So it could pull back, and we could see some more pullback during this week as they try to get set up. And obviously, the shutdown doesn't look like it wants to end anytime soon. That's November 15th, guys. And look at that. That's like over November 16th, and we know it's not ending by Wednesday. I mean, it's 100%er right there. Not unless this just jumps off a cliff and this flies up, but I don't really see it happening at the moment. So there you go. And there's our Fed decisions. And again, we're getting a 0.25 decrease this month and in December as well, of December 10th. So again, Powell doesn't like to mention anything like that, acts like nothing's going on, because he's a weirdo. So there you go, everybody. It is green this morning. We'll have to see how green it stays, and I'll keep you guys posted. So thanks for hanging out. I greatly appreciate it. Be sure to hit the like button, follow along on X, YouTube, Instagram, and everything else. And yeah, we'll probably do some live trading in the Discord. And obviously, we want to see what our QQQ and SPY are looking like as the market opens right there. So that is what I'll be focusing on. I'll keep you guys posted. And again, it just doesn't look perfect yet, but it did bounce up off of that Trump saying that everything will be all good. Look at all the shortages during the pandemic. We were at the mercy of all products being imported from China, essential supplies like masks, IV fluids, industrial parts, toilet paper, you name it, guys, everything. And then everything got all jacked up. So yeah, we don't manufacture anything in this country anymore. It's been like that for years and years and years. I mean, look at all the cities or anywhere that had these big buildings. They basically converted them into condos now, all them shuttered and manufacturing plants and things like that. They just ripped them down and made them into condos and put more people in. You add more people, but not more jobs. How's that work out? They got to get paid somewheres, or they just have to live off the government. Something has to happen. So it is crazy, guys. I'm not going to lie, but that's what we're looking at. And again, we'll be keeping an eye on all this stuff right here. And let's look at our UVXY real quick, because that doesn't even look great either. And neither did our VIX this morning. That was down. So yeah, everything looks a little weird. So we have to just see how it plays out. But look at that VIX pulling down big time. But it could bounce back up a little bit. So it looks like almost some healthy pullback. And there's your big runners. We were looking at them early: STI, CHNR, PMAX. We talked about all of them. So there you go. And they could poison us in a conflict or hold back the way they are with minerals. Absolutely. I mean, it's crazy. 90% of the drugs are produced overseas too, with the bulk of them being manufactured in China. So yeah, it's crazy, guys. Can you imagine taking all this stuff and everything comes from China? Like a lot of the technology, our TV, everything. I mean, anything you buy, you just order something on Amazon and look where it says made in China, everything. We don't make anything in this country anymore. It's like we don't even know how to make things. So yeah, it would give a lot of people some opportunities, that's for sure, if we could bring some manufacturing jobs back to our country. And here's your Dow and all them. They're just down, but obviously that's from Friday. So we'll see if they can start curling back up today. And I'll keep you guys posted. So there you go for our Columbus Day morning. It's going to be a weird one. Banks are closed. Michael Anthony was saying the bonds are going to be closed there today, and he could be absolutely right. Like I said, I have no idea. So there's our bonds right here, and I have no idea what they're doing. They look like they're trying to do something this morning, but I am not sure. Most banks are pretty much closed this morning. So that is what it looks like. There's your currencies right there. Look at the Canadian. Holy cow, that's way down. Should go to Niagara Falls now. Our dollar will be worth a ton of money over there. So yeah, that's an interesting look. And there you go, everybody. I would say an interesting look this morning, as it is green trying to bounce up. But obviously, it doesn't look perfect. I'll tell you that. And I'll keep you guys posted. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. I'll keep you guys posted in Discord and everywhere else. Any questions, shoot me a message and we'll figure out what's going on so we can see what the best opportunities here are to trade. But we don't want to get in too early if they're going to pull back. We kind of knew it was going to bounce this morning. Now we have to wait until 9:30 to really see what they look like. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I'll keep you guys posted. Enjoy your day. Trade smart, lock in those profits. Goodbye. Good luck. See you later. And have a great day, everybody.